The best day in motorsports is almost upon us as the NASCAR Cup Series is getting ready for the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. My name is Jayden West from the No Neutral Zone podcast, and I'm here to get you ready for Sunday's race by breaking it all down for you. The Coca-Cola 600 is one of 4 NASCAR Crown Jewel races, alongside the Daytona 500, the Southern 500, and the Brickyard 400, but what makes the 600 so special? Aside from being the longest race on the NASCAR schedule, the 600 takes place during Memorial Day weekend after the Indy 500, and NASCAR makes it a point to put extra effort in honoring those who have lost their lives in service. NASCAR honors the troops all weekend and puts the names of fallen soldiers on the windshield of the cars instead of the drivers' names for this very race. The 600 also marks the halfway point of the Cup Series season, being the 13th of 26 regular season races. And with the chase, points are at a premium, but lucky for the drivers, the Coke 600 has plenty of points to offer. Because of the extra 100 miles, NASCAR's added a 4th stage to the 600, meaning you can score 86 points. Granted, that's not going to happen. You have to win every stage of the race and get fastest lap, but hey, there's plenty of points to give out, and like I said, points are at a premium because of the chase format. We also have possible history in the making as Katherine Legge is attempting the double, running both the Indy 500 and the Coke 600 in the same day. It's a grueling 1,100 miles that only Tony Stewart has finished. Legge would become only the 6th person to attempt the double behind Kyle Larson, Kurt Busch, Robbie Gordon, John Andretti, and obviously Tony Stewart. Tony Stewart being the only one to complete the double in 2001. Not only is attempting the double history enough, Katherine Legge would become the first woman to attempt the double, the first non-American to attempt the double, and the oldest person to attempt the double, so she is just making history all over the place. NASCAR fans can rejoice because the 600 is the first race on Amazon Prime of the season. NASCAR on Fox is finally over, and fans can enjoy end-to-end green flag racing alongside commercial-free racing during the conclusion of the race. It's been very well received, and hey, Dale Jr.'s in the booth. You can't beat it. So have fun. No more Fox. We're back. Coverage for the Coke 600 starts at 5 p.m. Eastern, and the race starts at 6 p.m. Be there or be square in front of your TVs on Amazon Prime. That's enough background for me. Let's get down to brass tacks. Your top 3 favorites for the race are Denny Hamlin at plus 500, Tyler Reddick at plus 650, and Kyle Larson at plus 750. So let's break that down a little bit more. Kyle Larson's odds sit at plus 750, and he's won at Charlotte 4 times, including the Coke 600 back in 2021. But it's been a year since Kyle Larson has last won a race, and his last 2 starts at Charlotte have resulted in 30th or worse. But even throughout all that mud, Kyle Larson is a 1.5 mile track specialist. His 1,920 laps led at 1.5 mile tracks is more than double the next person on the list. So you never know, maybe he stops that winless streak on Sunday. What should be no shock to anyone is your second favorite at plus 650 is Tyler Reddick. Reddick is looking to win another crown jewel this season and notch a 6th win in the belt. Reddick has dominated on mile and halves this year and has 5 top 10s at Charlotte, so it wouldn't be a surprise to see him and Michael Jordan in victory lane, well, once again. And again, another no-brainer, no surprise if you will, is your favorite being Denny Hamlin at plus 500. Denny is coming off a very dominant performance at Dover in the All-Star race, and he won Vegas this year. He's also the best right now at short to intermediate tracks. So yes, it would not be a surprise to see Denny Hamlin win the Coke 600, also because he's done it before back in 2022. Keep your eye out on Denny Hamlin if you want to make some cheddar. There are a couple other names I think you should watch, even if they're not top-tier favorites. The first one being Chase Briscoe. Briscoe finished 3rd in last year's 600 and was just runner-up to Denny at Dover. He was also 4th at the Glen, 3rd at Kansas, and 5th at Bristol. It seems Briscoe may be finding his footing again and getting back to that rocket ship we saw the 19 had last season. And as biased as this sounds, I like Carson Hocevar at plus 1,800. Coming off a heartbreaker at the 600 last year where his engine blew during a front row restart going into the last stage, Carson Hocevar has put his whole attention onto the 600, even dropping out of the Craftsman race he was supposed to run this weekend. Hocevar is coming into Charlotte with that same mentality he had at Talladega. We're winning no matter what, I know it. He even posted a TikTok where the caption saying, "Last year at Charlotte hurt. Not again." You never know, maybe with that first win under his belt, there's no more pressure to get it anymore, and he can drive freely. We already know he drives about as freely as he can, so we'll see what that does for him. Now, with betting odds and favorites and whatnot out of the way, let's get to the fun stuff. Let's rank some paint schemes. Let's go full Tyler Pennell here and rank my top 5 favorite paint schemes. I have one honorable mention I have to talk about. It wouldn't be me talking NASCAR if I didn't bring Spire Motorsports into this. Michael McDowell has a sick Moto Casino scheme that makes me want to gamble with Uncle Sam. The eagle on the front is sick, and the whole thing screams patriotism. At number 5, I have the number 48 of Alex Bowman in that camo ally. Do it right. And by do it right, does he mean winning the 600? Is that going to happen? I don't know. Maybe he does. He's been not too shabby since coming back, so keep an eye out on old Bowman. At number 4, I'm going to put Chase Elliott's red, white, and blue Napa scheme. It's very clean, very patriotic, but it's not as good as one of his teammates that we will see later in the list. Also, he's just boring. We all know this. He's just boring. At number 3, I have Ty Dillon in the Grizzly Nicotine Pouch Ride. While this scheme looks awesome, it has a deeper meaning with the names of 7,064 soldiers who have lost their lives in Afghanistan and Iraq. It's a great scheme, even better meaning. Shout out Ty Dillon. At number 2, I have Ross Chastain's Tank Ride. It's a literal tank. It looks like a tank. Tanks are pretty sick. Trackhouse has the speed of tanks. Come on. That's so sick. I want that diecast so bad. Shout out Trackhouse for that. And at number 1, my personal favorite, although it's not opinion, it's fact, the best ride in all of the 600 is Kyle Larson's number 5 red, white, and blue scheme. They knocked it out of the park. It is absolutely clean, and it makes me want to go handshake Mr. H with fireworks and a bald eagle. Just gets you fired up, you know? And it's better than Chase Elliott's. It's better than William Byron's. It's better than Kyle Busch's scheme. It's the best red, white, and blue scheme we have this weekend. Maybe Kyle Larson snaps his winless streak and we will have the best race to win diecast maybe of all time outside of the Intimidente. I'm surprised I didn't even put the Intimidente on there, but I won't go on too much of rambling about Carson Hocevar. I've already done it once, and you know how I get. So that is it. You're all caught up on the Coke 600. The last thing to do, besides maybe place a little bit of cheddar, is watch the dang thing. I've been Jayden West from the No Neutral Zone podcast. I will see you again in maybe another breakdown or a full-length pod with my co-host, Brandon Ortiz. You can find me at all the socials that I'll link below and wherever you may find them. And I will see you next time. Happy racing. Go America.